Hello racers and welcome to today's video. Today's video is Mini-B On-Road Season 4 Episode 12 in our continuing saga of taking this, which once was an RTR brushed Mini-B, and testing it, tuning it, racing it with the ultimate goal of getting it on the podium of the Maritime Onroad Championship. And that championship is being held at the end of April, and that is one video away, which means we have this video and race day to get this car in shape to get this on the podium. We got a lot to get into, so let's get into it. Okay, racers, here we are. We got two things that I want to get done today. First thing we're going to do is to do some general maintenance and tuning on the little car. And then the second thing we want to do is to get the Furitek Kraken motor installed in this car. So with the tuning that we're going to do, we're going to just starting at the front here. We're going to refill the shocks for sure, 40 weight oil in the front shocks. Moving our way to the back, we're going to replace out the 8000 kV motor with the Kraken, and we'll get into that here in a second. Next, we're going to fill the rear shocks with 40 weight oil, freshen that up, and freshen the diff up with the Tamiya Anywhere grease. Now, for tuning, at the end of the last video, we saw that it was doing a bit of a rolling and a hitch type of maneuver. So, it could have been because maybe the shock oil is a little low. So we're going to refill that, and you can see I've also installed the shorter links to raise the rear roll center, so that should cause it to stop rolling as much at the end of the straights. If you have any other ideas, put comments in the comments below. So the moment we've been waiting for, we're going to actually install the Kraken today, which is a 6700 kV motor. Finally, the wires came in, and if you've been following this series along, if you order the Paso speed control 40 amp and the Kraken motor, get it as a combo. Otherwise, you're in for a world of hurt, because with the combo you get wires to connect it from your speed control to your radio. My speed control did not have any wires, so I had to order in a kit. This kit is the Furitek 2594, and you can see in there is the little receiver wire to go from the speed control to the receiver. But this sensor wire will not fit the Kraken motor. So reached out to Furitek, and they sent me this one, Furitek 2599. This one has a sensor wire that has a small little end and a bigger end, which will fit the Kraken motor, plus some extension cable, and you can see there's a speed control or a plug to wire up your speed control for power. What I'm going to do is put the little bullets on it so I can replace it with other brushless motors I have. So I'll install that, we'll get it running, we'll see how smooth the Kraken motor turns. Alright, just give me a moment to install that and we'll take a quick look. Okay, well there we go, racers. We got the Kraken motor in place. Got the gearing down the way I wanted it. And just to refer to the gearing sheet, originally we started off with a 5800 kV motor. And with my math, I geared that 1860, and it was spinning 5100 RPM at the axle. So the Kraken is advertised to be a 6700 kV motor, and if I gear it 1660, we'll be spinning about 5200 at the axle. So we're going to go with that gearing chart, 1660, 5200. And if we compare that 8000, we were spinning at 5100, geared 1360. So the gearing chart has been invaluable to this exercise. Perfect. And here's an example of how this motor spins. I'll just put it at the slowest possible spin, you can hear how smooth the motor speed control seems to work. So I'm super excited to try the smooth application of a censored motor in the Mini-B on track. All right, I got to tidy up a bit more, prep my tires for this race. We'll see you on the track. Well, here we are, racers, A main final. Qualified P3 in this race. So you'll see my little yellow car pulling into the center of the track, close to that Marshall, as we're all getting lined up. Now P3 wasn't too bad at qualifying this race. I had a little bit of trouble getting used to the power of the Kraken motor, overdrove some corners, and I had a handling issue at the end of the straight. As that straight comes into the hairpin, the rear would tend to come around, so that was troubling me. Starting P3, my thought is stay close, be patient. You see I already had a little bobble, something going on in the bottom right there, coming down under the bridge. Now I found my car was working pretty good when it came to the infield, but you can see that end of that straight overdriving that. A little bit of a bobble there in the bottom right. The black and white car ended up going by him, he bobbled. Notice the center of the track, the two leaders collide, and that lets me into contact as we go through the chicane onto the straight. On the left side under the bridge, going through the infield. Now over to the right, up onto the straightaway. A little bit of overdriving, and as soon as I overdrive, look at the time that was lost. And that was the struggle that I was having with this race. Just the car would not get a corner entry. Oh, in the middle of the track, we see the green car, who was the leader, flipped, and that has brought me into P2. So under the bridge is P1, yellow car P2, green car P3. So quick, early days here in the race. So we're trying to keep close, keep the pressure on that leader ahead of us, going onto the straight, over to the left, trying to find a good line through that chicane, over to the right, through the little chicane onto the straight. Trying to go easy, watching a little bit of a bobble there from the green car, gave me some space. Still maintaining second. So at the 2-minute mark approximately, we have the orange car in the front, yellow car, my car in the second, and the green car third. So far, so good. Keep an eye on the left side of the track. I think it's coming up soon. Bobble into the barrier. I watched this video a few times over and over. The best I could figure is my hand slipped on the radio. I just drove straight into that pipe. Didn't try to avoid it whatsoever. Let the green car by. Back to third, but green car bobbles right ahead of me. Tightens up the pack. End of the straight. Going under the bridge. Follow the cars around. Coming down by the bridge. Now I did find the car handled well through the infield. The small short corners worked great. It was just that trouble at the end of the straight. Once again, a blown corner. Lost so much time. Up at the top. See, here we go. We're about the 3-minute mark. Again, orange first, green second, yellow third at this point. After that bobble with the barrier. Competition has certainly increased. You can see a lot of cars have really stepped up their game. You can't blink in Mini-B now. The people are bringing in those setups, tuning them. Each race making good progress. Let's catch up with my car. In the top right, notice the green car has flipped. He got in trouble, and you see some bobbling, kerfuffling going on there in the bottom left just happened. Now that's really tightened up the race. So green is right ahead of the yellow car. We're going down to the left under the bridge, through the center, trying to stick with them and carve some good corners. End of the straight, slightly overdrove that, gave a few feet. At this point, orange is in first, green second, and yellow third. Let's follow the cars around a bit. Under the bridge is the yellow. You see the black car right behind me. He had that bobble early in the race. I think he is a lap down. But a good car to pace from, because 2 weeks ago he ran the 5th to 1st challenge and won it. So keep an eye, just using him as pace. As we go around again, green goes under the bridge, yellow under the bridge. That's first place gaining behind the black car. So he is, first place is having a great race, catching up. A little bit of a bobble he had, which gave us a bit of a break from getting a lap down. Let's keep an eye here at the top right. Nope, things are going good. So green, let's keep an eye on that car, green top right. A little bit of a bobble there in that corner. Once again tightens up late in the race. A little bit of a chance, maybe, to grab that second place. Let's see if we can follow that around onto the straight. Green has already done the straight, so he has a straightaway lead at this point. But in Mini-B, anything can happen. We're down to our last 10 seconds. The countdown is on. Here we go. Probably the last lap. We're trying to get through it. And the race is completed. Orange and blue was first, green second, yellow third. Congrats to the racers. Once again, a podium finish. The next race in this series is the Maritime Onroad Championship. If you like this type of thing, click subscribe for notification to that race, and comment below. Love to hear from you on your setup tips.